This is ThriveCasters,
Thriving, not surviving.
tackling youth issues that matter to you.
Hello, welcome back to another podcast. Today we're joined with Veronica from Yoga Rap. So if you want to introduce yourself, Veronica.
Hi everyone, yeah, I'm Veronica, yoga teacher, mentor and music artist, and I have created a project called Yoga, where yoga meets rap, yogarap.co.uk.
Yeah, I think it's a good place to start and asking you all, has any has done yoga before? Has any has like trialed it out? Anyone? What about you, Nathan? You done any downward dog or anything? What's the crack?
Not really. It's not really my go-to, you know. I'd rather play a game of footy or something, but I'd be open to it, you know what I mean?
I've tried it before. I wasn't very good. I'm not very flexible, so I don't think that helped. But I mean, yeah, same as Nathan, I'd give it a go.
I remember getting dragged along to a yoga class when I was like 6 or something because I was getting babysitted. So I don't remember how that went because it was so many years ago. But yeah, I've done it before, and I remember doing another class with my mum once just because she wanted someone to do it with. So
yeah, same. Like, it's not my go-to. I'll give it a go one of these days.
Yeah, I did a bit at the start of the year because like someone like said that it was good for like de-stress and stuff like that, right? So I was doing it at the start of the year, but it's just I'm not very good at like being chill and stuff. So yeah, it wasn't. I mean, I might try it again, but you can give us some tips. But yeah, I'm just thought it's a good place to start is like, why yoga? Like, why, Veronica, why did you choose like yoga out of all the things in the world? Like, why yoga?
I think yoga found me, and yoga mostly finds people. I started practicing probably when I was about 17. I was going to class at my local gym. I didn't really know much about it, but I just knew that I enjoyed doing it. It's sort of, I went to like a class that was kind of calming, and I've always enjoyed sort of music, and the class kind of had a little bit of music attached to it, so it sort of helped me to concentrate. And then over the years, I just sort of practiced more, went to more classes, and then I got an opportunity to go away for a week on a yoga retreat, and that's when the real magic happens, because you get to spend, like 7 days where you're practicing yoga twice a day quite intensively, and you start to notice a change, not just physically but also mentally and emotionally. And it sort of, yeah, it was a time where I was kind of stressed and depressed and just not in balance and not happy with where I was in my life. So it really helped me to open up myself and see what I needed to do to make things better. And then from there, I just knew that I wanted to become a yoga teacher because it helped me and I wanted to help people.
On
That's really cool.
a scale of 1 to 10, how good do you think you are at your job?
I'd say I'm 10 out of 10. I'm not a flexible gymnastic yogi instructor. I'm not someone that can do handstands and headstands and splits and all that. But I come from a place where I understand about how, I guess I've struggled with mental health in my younger years. So I've really transformed through yoga. Like, it's helped me become a better person. It's helped me to really understand who I am. And it's helped me discover my life purpose, because I used to do just random jobs, working in like telephone call centers and stuff, trying to become a successful musician. I was always rapping, doing music, but yeah, it just came into my life, and so I kind of come from that flex, which is why I created Yoga Rap, because it's something that is accessible for more people. It's not about let's be flexible and stuff. It's going to help you to build some of your strength, but it's more about the feeling. It's more about building your confidence, and letting go of your stress and your tension and anxiety and stuff like that.
So like for someone like me who's like, how does like rap and like yoga come together? Do you mind like explaining kind of like how that works?
The whole structure. So at the moment I've developed the foundations class. So it's really sort of a basic class. It has certain parts that could be more challenging if you're not so flexible. everybody's different. This is one thing that we learn about ourselves in yoga class. One person's going to be able to do this thing with their leg, and the other person might be able to do this thing with their shoulder. You know, we've all built differently. So the number one thing is to learn not to compare yourself to anyone else, because we're all unique. But yeah, so I deliver the class to music. I rap all the instructions. They're kind of like rapped or spoken words, so everything rhymes. I kind of built up a rhyme pattern throughout the class, which was quite challenging at some points when I was developing it, because I was trying to think of other words, what rhymes with this but relates to this move, you know. And then there are parts, so you're doing the class, you hear me rapping all the instructions, so you kind of got to keep you've got to stay focused the whole time. You can't like switch off. You've got to stay with me, and then you'll get into a pose, and then I will start to ask you to rap with me. So there are affirmations that we hold, so you listen to me and then you repeat, and you're welcome to join in, or you don't have to, but it's just another option to kind of take yourself a little bit deeper into the moment and grow and use your voice. I think that's really important. I think I developed it for young people like yourself, because I just felt like I wanted to bridge the gap between a regular yoga class that might be a little bit boring, might not sort of get you, and then yeah, just bridge the gap to kind of try to introduce this practice to you, but in a more interesting way that might actually go, oh yeah, this is cool, I could do this and benefit from it.
I want to hear an example. I want you to spit some bars for us.
Oh, from the class or my own bars?
Whatever, go ahead. Stage is yours.
Okay, we'll do you know what I was just gonna say? I'm wearing my yoga hoodie. I've got these, well, I only got one so far, but yeah, hopefully there'll be many people will be wearing them. And there's a little wrap on the back, an affirmation, but I don't know if you'll be able to see. Can you see?
Yeah.
Sort of.
So this says, so like at the end of the class, we say Namaste. You might have heard of the word Namaste, you know, when we bow down. So this comes at the end of the practice once you've done your relaxation. And Namaste is about acknowledging each other, bowing down to each other and respecting each other. So I need to look at the hoodie to see how it starts. Anyway, that's the thing at the end, but let me do the one that we do at the beginning. So it's it goes like this. Yoga pranayama, realign, elevate, bringing peace to the mind, letting go, meditate. Yoga pranayama, realign, elevate, bringing peace to the mind, letting go, meditate. Yoga pranayama, realign, elevate, bringing peace to the mind, letting go, meditate. Yoga pranayama, realign, elevate, bringing peace to the mind, letting go, meditate. And then we all at the end.
That's cool. I like it.
It's very unique. Yeah. What do you guys, like the gang I'm referring to? What do you guys think about? Because like, I know we've spoken about music before and like rap and stuff. We don't really generalize it with yoga. So like, what do you guys think about it? Like the two mixing. I think it's very unique personally.
I like anything different. I like anything unique. I really like the concept of it, to be honest. It's kind of like you've taken two of your deepest passions and stuck them together. And I think it works, especially from, you know, you spitting bars and that for us. It seems like it works, and it's something that I am more interested in because I love music, and that kind of perhaps may influence me to go into the yoga side of things.
I think from like what I've heard, like a lot of people are like yoga, like that's not for me. But then to like bring something in that like young people like do like, then like that's really great, especially if it like from what I've read, like it seems like a yoga can be like a massive benefit, especially for like young people. So to like kind of bring those two worlds together and like, yeah, help them collide, that's really cool.
I just find it it's out of the ordinary, and like when we heard about this like yoga rap, me and my friend were talking about it, and we were like, it don't really mix, but like you've just proved that it does go well with yoga. So you've proved me wrong. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I mean, this is it. Like, we're in such a place now where where we can create anything, you know. It's just about, yeah, having, like you said, bringing those two passions together. And I'm heavily influenced by hip hop music as an artist. And so in hip hop, you know, you've got multiple genres within it. So I've gone down more of a chill out ambient hip hop route. So the music that's accompanying the class is more relaxed. There's a couple of tracks that are a bit more upbeat to kind of get you into it, but most of it's kind of just sitting there in the background, just to kind of have that to keep you sort of your mind entertained. Yeah, but like I say, it took me like 4 years from the time when I was training to be a yoga teacher. And I basically, what happened was, I wrote a rap about yoga to help me revise, because I'm not very academic. I don't really learn very well. I mean, I don't remember things. Like, it takes me ages, like 3 times to learn things, and especially like anatomy and things like that, I really struggled. So I wrote this rap, and then that actually developed into a song called Om, which you can see, there's a music video on YouTube. I can share that with you. And I knew from that I wanted to create something for young people that was going to bring yoga and rap together in one platform. And then kept thinking about it. How am I going to make it? Can't think of it. Don't know. And then eventually last year during lockdown, I just, you know, we were just thrown into like a different world, and I was given the time to, I keep going white. Sorry. I was given the time to develop it and make it happen. And I'm just, yeah, really, really happy that it's resonating with you guys, because that really makes me confident in what I've done, and how, what, you know, the whole process. It was a very emotional process, and when I've been teaching the class recently, I get quite emotional. I start to cry. Like, I hope people don't actually see me cry, because I think when you're really connected to something, and something really means you know, it's comes from deep within your heart, within your soul. And I think that's what we all should be able to accomplish in our lives, is to really do something that not only serves others but serves you.
How hard has it been working through COVID?
Say again.
How hard has it been working through COVID?
It's been up and down. Yeah. Well, like the yoga practice and meditation helps a lot, because it's a lot of what's going up in here, and then you have all this chaos outside in the world, and news and all this just change, and we don't know what's going on. And the one thing that has served me is just to stay grounded, meditate, which is it just, yeah, builds some strength in the mind, and you disconnect from your thoughts and stress and stuff like that. So
I know you said like it's good
yeah.
for like stress and like mental health, but like for young people, especially like people our age, what would you say like the biggest, like, you know, benefit is of like doing yoga?
Yeah, there's a few things. I mean, obviously you can get the physical benefit of stretching, becoming more flexible and stronger, and also relaxing. So disconnecting your mind. It's about, we focus. There's one of the affirmations in the class is focus on my breath. It calms my mind back to my center, into my light. So you'll hear me throughout the class going inhale, exhale. Every time you get into something, keep breathing, keep focusing on your breath, because not only does it help you to focus and calm your mind, but it also helps you to improve the movement that you're doing. So yeah, those, particularly in a regular yoga class, yeah, strength, flexibility, and relaxation, and we can, yoga's not just about the external, but it's the internal, so the mind, but also we tap into the well-being of our organs and our digestive system and all these kind of things, and our glands, and there's a lot that you can't see but you feel, and over time it's massive. And I think if you start at a young age, it will serve you for life. Like, it's a practice that you don't just do and then you stop. It will be with you for life if it's something that you connect to.
Yeah, I think it's really important we'll bring up the topic of stress because obviously it's stress awareness month this month, which is, I've probably already seen about it. There's been a lot of posts about it. So I'm just wondering, in terms of you guys, like, do you have any, like, because obviously yoga is like meant to be one of the good things for stress and stuff, but in terms of, because since none of our really yoga experts here, like, what do you do for stress? If you had like the rest of you, like, what is your go-to thing for stress? Does anyone have any like healthy ways to cope with stress? Like, anyone got any like suggestions? Because mine would probably be, mine's walking, which is kind of random, but like I really find like just walking about and seeing people like you know, when you just see someone, it just makes your problems feel a lot like littler than what they are, if that makes sense. But what about the rest of you? Do you do anything when you're dealing with stress?
For me, like walking, well, obviously walking, like, yeah, walking and music. Music helps a lot with me because I connect to a lot of people who create music.
When you say listening to music or making it?
No, like just listening to music.
To be fair, I found making music, because my family are musicians and they have a studio. I found making music like really stress relieving as well. Because like this whole time you've been saying like the way you came up with it is like really stressful. So I think like if we do deep it, most people say that people go into like rap, for example, just to get their feelings out. And then the fact that you mix it with yoga, I think the contrast is actually really amazing. But in terms of stress, when I'm stressed, I normally go out. I sometimes meet a friend or go play some basketball. You know, some people here don't like basketball. And yeah, I listen to music as well, because I think when we just tap into the things that we like, it's just better for us, like mentally as well, you know.
Yeah, I think for me, like, it's all like about, like you said, about like meet a friend. I think it's similar, like for me, like just connecting with people. I think human connection like is always the most like powerful thing. Like it always just makes me feel a lot better to feel like, you know, there's people around you that care about you. And like it can just be also like really energizing in a good way to like be around people and like have conversations and like feel like you're sharing with other people and they're sharing with you, and like that's always good.
Nothing helps me more than blasting some music and walking around being an absolute git to old people. But that's kind of my way of dealing with stress. I can't lie.
What's wrong with old people?
No, I just blast me music on my speaker, go walking around wherever, and they just give me funny looks, and I've just.
So you walk around like that with a.
Yeah, I'm just speaker. Yeah, that's what it's all about.
I'm definitely a bit of like a stress baker as well, like just like baking stuff like and listening to music really loud. That's always good.
Yeah, music is powerful. This is it, and that's one of the reasons why I put it, you know, made it such an important part of the class, because it does so much for our well-being. And there's different frequencies in music that can encourage different parts of the brain to activate and relax and so on. I you know, so sometimes we want like hard, fast energy music that's going to really like get us pumping, and then sometimes we just want to chill and relax. And yeah, we need a soundtrack for our life. You know, I couldn't imagine a world without music. It would just be.
So in terms of yoga is like a very spiritual based activity, and obviously you said you was like trying to pan this to more towards young people. So do you think young people are like missing spirituality in their lives?
I don't know. I think as a generation, as like the more I get to work and interact with young people, I feel like you're very awake and you're very aware of that higher state of thinking. But I suppose it just depends on your upbringing and who you surround yourself with and what your interests are. But overall, I think you're very open to it. And I think, yeah, I think we can all find spirituality in something, or more like a meditation. You know, you can find that in movement, in football and so on, or you can find that walking is like is a moving meditation, which is why it can help with stress and relief.
I agree with you. Because I feel like some people might not know that, I know, they have some spirituality until like maybe they're feeling really stressed and then they try meditating and then they might actually enjoy it, you know.
I think spirituality as well can just come from like seeing how like you're connected to like the people around you and the world around you, and just feeling like seeing your place in things. And I think like people don't, like when we feel a bit lost, like we kind of come back to that.
Okay, what about the rest of you then? Just
I wouldn't really consider myself a spiritual person, if you like. I like some ideas of it in terms of zodiac signs and stuff. Don't ask me about that, but I'm just a bit of a peace activist then also.
Typical Scorpio is what I see.
You're a Scorpio yourself.
Are you both Scorpios?
Yeah.
Hello. I'm not. I'm Virgo, but I know many Scorpios.
Virgo.
The Virgo crew. Yeah.
I'm Libra.
Hey.
I'm not actually sure. I think I'm an Aquarius. I think.
What's your birthday?
29th of January.
Yeah, Aquarius. Great. Nice mate. Got a bit of air. Oh, we've got no fire though.
Well, no, I don't believe in it. I'm gonna be honest. I think
I started on another subject. Yeah, that's for another one.
How did your musical journey start, and what were you what or who were you influenced by?
Oh, so music came to me at a young age. It was something that I did. Like both my parents were quite musical, so they bring me and my brother up to learn instruments. I mean, I wasn't amazing, but I learned a bit of piano and violin when I was young. But I also liked to sing. I always enjoyed being on stage. And then just as I progressed through secondary school and then A levels, and then I went to uni. I mean, I did a HND in popular music. But during that time, I discovered that I wanted to rap more than sing, because I didn't really think I was a strong singer compared to many of the other singers that I was sort of learning with. And and then I just started to grow my interest. And it was only really in my early 20s that I started to get into writing raps and performing and making songs and things like that. So it's been quite a journey. I just like to be creative and write and express myself. I think, like we were saying about ways of dealing with stress and stuff, lyrics, creative writing, just kind of getting that stuff out of your system in a positive way. Bit of like therapeutic. So that's kind of, my path. And then bringing it together with yoga, it just works. Like I see myself being on stage, sitting, with my legs crossed, and having all the audience sitting on the floor. We all just like connecting, I think that will be far more beautiful than, just standing, obviously we can be in awe of someone who's amazing on stage, because that's part of the experience. But I think it will be amazing to connect, which is why I think the yoga and the rap thing, it's something that we can actually explore more and actually feel connected.
Do you have any like specific like moments from like your journey through like music and through yoga that like stand out to you, or things that like motivate you now? It's a hard question, sorry.
No, it's just sometimes I'm like, oh, can you say it again for me, my love?
Do you have any like moments that like from your journey through music and all of that kind of thing, like through yoga, that like motivate you, or like that's particularly stand out that you think back to, like when you're struggling? Or
for sure, I mean, I think you have what do you call it, I mean, for instance, when I got my yoga teacher qualification, for instance, that was like a big moment for me, because the whole process of studying over 6 months, it wasn't just learning, but I had to transform through the whole process. So I had to shed a lot of layers and deal with a lot of stuff that I had been hiding, and not even knowing that it was all in there. But yeah, so that was a big moment that I'll always look back on and just be so grateful that I had that opportunity to deal with that. As far as music is concerned, I think I've had the opportunity to work with the band, and we've done a few shows, and I'm always grateful that I can go on stage and be with other musicians and perform live. I think that's always a real joy, to connect on stage, but also connect with the audience. Stuff.
Yeah, I think music journey is quite inspirational. It's good that you've like incorporated them both together. I think that's really cool. But so say like for a beginner, so say like you've got Adam here, right? He wants to delve into the world of like being a flexible person. He wants to like get into yoga and stuff. Like where does he start? Because like, it's a big field. Like where do you start? Like do you start with moves? What do you need? Like what advice would you give to someone wanting to delve into it and that?
Okay, so first of all, you ideally have a yoga mat. If not, I mean, if you're doing it at home, you can have a carpet or a towel. You obviously need a little bit of space around you to make sure that you can do the movements, and the right clothing. So no jeans. You need something a bit loose fitting, shorts. Obviously girls wear leggings, some guys wear leggings, but it's not for everyone. So and yeah, I think it's a huge industry. Yoga has like expanded, and you've got so many different styles of yoga. So I think it's quite good to maybe try different types of classes, to try maybe find out, maybe look on YouTube first of all, just to discover what types of yoga are out there, what you need, because some people prefer to have quite a fast practice that's going to build strength and you're going to sweat throughout the whole class, so you want more of a power dynamic type of yoga, and some people just want to chill and relax and stretch. I think you should do a bit of both, but that would be the first thing. Or just come to me and I will be your guide. I will introduce you to the foundations, obviously the foundations class that I've created, but yeah, I also teach regular yoga classes. That's kind of like my day-to-day. So
you hear that? You hear that, Adam?
Yeah.
Taking notes.
I'd love to teach you all. I think I've really connect with young people, and I think that it's this is my calling. It'll be an honor to sort of share some of the gifts. Yoga is the gift that keeps on giving.
Honestly, I'd be down, because like I think it'd be a mad experience to try out, because I've never heard of anything like this, like yoga rap. It's weird but wonderful. You know what I mean?
And it's great because I wanted to make it a class that was not just for girls. Yoga, I mean, it's a mix, but it's great to have guys interested and wanting to explore it. I try to sort of, make it meet both needs.
Yeah, and it seems very beneficial as well, like physically and mentally. So
it'll be great to give it a go and see how it resonates with you. I did the class because it's all fresh. I literally just created it last year, and I've only just started to deliver it. I've started to do a few Zoom classes. I did, because we had the Easter half term, so I did have a few workshops booked in, but the one that was really a pivotal one, I delivered it to, I think, about 14 teachers who teach music in schools. They were on their inset day, and it was amazing. One of the teachers, she wrote to me and said, I've never been able to focus in a yoga class. My mind is always racing, thinking, and that's one thing that people struggle with. I think you mentioned that, Sophie, that you're kind of like a lot like that, which is normal, and this is why you would benefit a lot from learning how to balance your energies from the one extreme to bringing the other and sort of meeting in the middle. But she said she struggled with focusing, relaxing in past classes, and she did this. She was able to relax. She felt like she'd slept, like something just did, and that was the whole point of me creating this, was to connect with people who wouldn't normally be able or interested or things. So
yeah, I think it would resonate with a lot of people as well.
And imagine if we did it like one day, because at the moment obviously it's all online, but what I want to do is make it, you know, live with a DJ, and like, you know, we have this big space and like we change the colors of the lights, so we have this whole immersive experience. It's not just like you come to yoga class, you really get this wicked kind of like maybe life-changing experience. You're like, oh my god, something shifted inside of me and now I can just do anything I want to do. The world is my oyster. Because I think it's about that as well, building your confidence in yourself, realizing your potential, because I think especially you guys at an age can be very sensitive, and depending on your upbringing, you know, some people are more confident than others, and I want to but
yeah, I don't know from you guys, but I think this has a lot of potential, you know, because I imagine going to like a party, you see a DJ and then everyone's doing yoga, like that'd be sick.
Definitely be cool. Yeah.
Immersive experiences.
I think it's the future. They were talking about how that's gonna be for like music artists, and when you go to festivals and stuff like that, it's not just gonna be about watching the artists, you're gonna have this whole sensory experience, because you're gonna need that, like, yeah.
I think it's good because it's fun and it's good for you, like at the same time, like it brings both of those things together. I mean, I'm assuming it's fun, like I haven't really done it, but like
yeah I try to there are parts that I've voiced that it's all about having fun and
definitely. What would you say to someone who's like still kind of like unsure, if like someone was like, oh, I don't know about yoga, like I don't know if that's for me, like what would you say to them, like to kind of bring them around?
I would say it's important to try things. Give it a go. You know, you're welcome to say, no, it's not for me, and it won't be for everyone. I don't expect it to resonate. You know, there'll be some people that were like, no, I can't do that, it's got to be proper yoga, it's got to be traditional yoga, or you know. So I've already experienced a couple of comments about that, but that's fine, you know, everyone's got their own opinion. But yeah, I would say if you like music, or not just music, but if you like, you know, the thought of hip-hop music, something that you can move to, because we're moving, it's a choreographed class, you know, we're moving to the beat as well. Just give it a go, and you're welcome just to stay on your back and just lie down for an hour as well, if you just want to lie down and listen. That's also a great thing to do, to lie in Shavasana, which is relaxation pose. That's also really beneficial for us.
This is more so for my personal curiosity, but are you religious in any way?
Not really. I focus I suppose I've tapped more into spirituality through yoga philosophy and stuff, because it has helped me to identify myself. Like in they have similar to the 10 commandments, they have the yamas and niyamas. So we're looking at the way that we conduct ourselves out in the world, how we treat other people, but also how we treat ourselves. And so that's the one thing that I would say that I'm quite passionate about. It's easier said than done. You've got to practice. It's about gratitude, practice, and doing the things that you don't want to do, but you know that they're right for you to do, you know, like cleansing yourself, drinking more water, obviously not being violent towards people, and not stealing, and just general good practice, being a good person. That's what I would say is my religion.
Isn't that considered a religion in itself, though?
You could say that, yeah. I think it's important for us to have something to focus on in a positive way, something that gives us inspiration and a sense of belonging and a sense of self-worth.
I'm not gonna voice my opinion on religion right now, but I definitely like the idea of what you just said, rather than no. I'm just gonna.
Something, you know, we don't want to be forced. I think, yeah, where religion goes, you know, that's when we want to take the positives out of it, really, and just spread more of that, and not obviously preach to people and try and make them do something that they don't want to do, but just be a good person. I think that's what it's about. Just be a good person.
Yeah. Before Nathan goes off in his religion rant, I think we'll take a steer that way. But I just thought to wrap up, we could ask, like, do you guys think that you're going to delve into yoga now that we've spoke to Veronica? Like, how he's feeling? Is your opinion changed, or you still just like, nah? What's the crack?
Yeah,
I might give it a shot. Don't know for sure.
Yeah,
I'm
you
definitely
feel
curious. Yep.
Oh, what about you, Nathan?
I was gonna say it sounds interesting, and I'd probably hop along just to see what it's about more so.
Yeah, who knows? We could do ThriveCasters meets rap yoga. Who knows? But yeah, well, thank you so much, Veronica, for being my guest today. Where can people go if they're interested and they want to get involved in your whatever you've got going? Yeah.
So we've got yogarap.co.uk, and then you can find me on Instagram, which is where yoga meets rap, but where_yoga_ meets _rap. And I'm going to be, hopefully the class is available to purchase and stream online, but also I'll be setting up some Zoom classes, some online classes, which is what I'd be happy to invite you guys to join. And
yeah, thank you. That seems very exciting. We'll keep an eye out. But thanks everyone for listening. If you want to follow on the conversation, you can follow our socials at OnPointWM. We're the ThriveCasters, so thank you.
Don't forget to follow us on social media at OnPointWM and #ThriveCasters. Join us next time for more conversations that matter to you.